Episode 200. I cannot believe we have made it here. I'm surprised we have not been canceled, but I'm very thankful we haven't. That does not mean that we will not be canceled by the end of this episode, because I'm sure one of us is going to say something. Welcome back to the Chasing Points podcast. If you weren't aware, this is episode 200. Very, very good. Very, very nice. Sam's here. Brendan's here. Harrison's here. I myself, Brandon, is here. How's everybody doing on episode 200? How you feeling?
Cold.
So good. Cold is right.
It's freezing here in the Northeast.
Mm-hmm.
There's like 2 feet of snow, just frozen over.
Yeah.
But we're getting by. How are you, Hayes?
I'm good.
How's your back? How's your shoulders?
Shoulders are good. Is this shoulders or shouldering, you know?
All right.
I'm trying to shoulder some of this cold for those down in Florida because they don't know what they're doing right now. Apparently, it's colder in Florida than it is in Alaska right now, currently, which I guess there's no global warming. But anyway, I am great. Just moved into the new apartment in one of the offices and whatnot, so that's why I finally don't have a weird ass backdrop behind me. But yeah, happy, tired, all the things, but happy to be back with you guys. Thank you for asking, Sam.
I feel like you should.
I really like what you did with the place too.
Yeah,
it looks really
nice.
good.
Thanks.
I feel like you should bring the
Nice
background
beige.
back just for 200.
Nah, that was only a temporary thing. Back to the original. Just plain white wall behind me, you know?
I'll always remember you walking into a bookshelf.
That was hilarious.
I still might be. Harrison, how are you doing since you are talking, good sir?
I'm great. I'm happy to be here for 200. It's only right that it's for the Super Bowl preview. Like, how do we time that up? That's just serendipitous. Word of the day.
Brendan,
I like
how
it.
are you doing?
I like it. Serendipitous. I like it.
Yeah, come on now.
Yeah, it's kind of how I'm feeling. I'm good.
Oh,
I'm good, man.
so, okay.
I'm good to be back, after a week off. Ready to,
Much needed,
ready to talk some sports.
Yeah, let's
Anything
get into
happening
it.
this week?
I don't think so.
The Pro Bowl preview, Pro Bowl recap is what we're gonna do. Did any of you watch the Pro Bowl?
No.
Because I know I didn't.
I didn't know it happened.
I thought
Did
it's
it
on
happen?
It's tomorrow.
Oh, is it tomorrow?
Or
See, I don't
today
even know when
when
it's
you're
happening.
listening.
See?
Yeah, it's like
See?
flag football or something.
That's
I
tough.
don't even know when it's happening. That's crazy.
Right? It's usually yesterday.
Before,
Sunday.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's what I thought it would have
Yeah,
been.
no, I saw a promo for it, like the Pro Bowl games, and it said Tuesday, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess that's something. So
Do they still do them in Hawaii?
They might have switched back to Hawaii. I know they were moved away from it for a while.
This is bad.
Well, listen, it's not for us anymore. Let's be fair about this.
Oh no,
It's not for us.
it's in San Francisco.
Okay, it's in Santa Clara.
I
The
read something that
Moscone Center.
I read
Okay.
that they were like trying to coordinate it with the host city moving forward,
All right,
which I
that
think
makes
will be
That makes
interesting.
sense.
Yeah,
That makes sense. I mean,
instead of
it's
flying everybody to Hawaii.
correct.
Yeah.
Correct. It only makes sense. I mean, NBA All-Star Game. You have all the extracurriculars right there. Do the same thing. It's everybody's already there. Don't make them go to a separate place.
Sure.
Even though I will never turn down traveling to Hawaii. That's also another different thing. I would take that all the time. But we got the Super Bowl, gentlemen. The Super Bowl is here. Seahawks, Pats, Santa Clara. Very glad the Niners aren't playing in it. Gentlemen, what are your overall thoughts? Anything that you're looking forward to seeing? Anything that, key matchups that you feel that will decide this game? I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking as we move towards Sunday.
Who's starting? So many thoughts. I guess I'll start. I guess with the Seahawks, a team that I thought would have a chance at making it here, but obviously I wouldn't have picked in a million years to make it here. And then the Pats, who I'm shocked they're here. And, they had a very solid year against teams that obviously we've talked up and down about the schedule, but they played who was in front of them. They played well in this playoffs, especially a lot of games in subpar weather. If we had this podcast a week ago, I probably would have just kind of completely railed on them and shitted on them because of my hatred of the Pats. But, a week removed and, thinking about their path a little bit and then obviously diving deeper into their team and their path, I guess I'm okay with it. I guess they are the best representative that the AFC has to offer. I don't know. I just always kind of think there may be not an asterisk, but some type of note of how ridiculous this path was for them. They seem way ahead of schedule. And yeah, that's kind of my initial thoughts on the matchup.
Yeah, we talked about the Vrabel effect, or would there be one before the season started? But I was pretty high on the Pats for that, but I didn't even have a winning the East, nor did I think they'd make the Super Bowl here. And yeah, a lot of lucky breaks there, no pun intended. Sorry, Bo. Hope you're feeling better. But I
too soon.
Sorry,
yeah, way too soon.
I'm a Bo. I'm a fan of Bo. We've gone over this. I'm sorry. That was rude. Start over.
It was not.
Sam Darnold slaying the ghosts of New England past is the only thing I care about in this game. As a diehard Jets fan, unfortunately, I can't say I'm diehard. I can't say I'm diehard. I have a lot of Jets stuff, so I'll say that. To see Sam Darnold playing in a Super Bowl is still mind-blowing to me. I mean, I remember like one of the first podcasts we did, Hayes, just talking about, what do the Jets do with that 2021 second overall pick that went to Zach Wilson, and, what to do with Sam Darnold, and hoping Carolina, can rejuvenate him or whatever. And look, he's not a perfect prospect or quarterback, but he's tried to, there's been times where he looks really good, and it really helps when you have a stud defense and wide receiver and running back. So I like the Seahawks in this game, I think, but it's, I'm not going to count the Patriots out. I'm not trying to be a Patriot hater here, but, I'm maybe just thinking that the luck's going to run out a little bit. Drake May's shoulder thing, we should get into that. Like, what is that? I keep hearing stuff. I haven't read anything, but I keep seeing headlines about a shoulder. So that's kind of got to worry you a little bit.
Just to talk about Darnold a little more, I love Super Bowl week because you get to hear all these inside stories that you may have never heard before about some of these players. And one of my favorite ones that came up last week was so Sam Brown, who was the quarterback at USC ahead of Sam Darnold when Sam Darnold came in, wrote this really cool thing about how his superpower was basically his perspective. Like, he kind of washes away mistakes and interceptions and all the stuff that can go wrong. It's just the perspective he has on the game. And, he's like, I'm just lucky to be an NFL quarterback. I think that obviously helped him in his career and obviously, helped him get here. I mean, like you said, he's not the perfect quarterback. He, early in his career, he made a ton of mistakes, and even that Jets tenure when it was like, I'm seeing ghosts, and that basically ruined the rest of his Jets tenure. He could have really folded from that, and that he could have never been the same after that, but he's had an incredible bounce back, and played great. He's played great, the latter of 2 years now. I think the Vikings are definitely kicking themselves, not having him on the roster anymore. And the Seahawks have paid the dividends, and, he's had his ups and downs this year. Way more ups than downs, but he played super well in the NFC Championship game and deserving to be here at the Super Bowl stage. So it's cool to see.
So my favorite part, and first off, sorry to not be rude. Well said by you both. Before I move forward, for me, it's always fun to see the Super Bowl being a redemption game. watching, as you guys have already illustrated about Sam Darnold and where he's come from, and Sam's mentioned it. I know we've championed him on the podcast before. Brendan and Harrison were even on the podcast, and seeing and hoping that he would get to where I thought he could get, and now kind of seeing the flower blossom at this point in time. I love his story. You can always tell a guy's demeanor or character by his teammates, and everywhere he goes, his teammates celebrate him. And that should say something. But this also goes to something that I've pretty much beat the dead horse here on numerous occasions. This is what happens when you give a quarterback time. Not everybody's going to come out the gate in year 2 or year 1 be a Jaden Daniels or a CJ Stroud, right? Not everybody's going to do that. Sometimes it takes a couple of years, and it takes the right system. And it took him sitting behind a couple different people and actually learning. He said going to what was it? He was behind. No, that was Dan. He was a San Fran a little bit, right? He was behind Purdy. Yep. So he said being behind Purdy and watching Purdy's work ethic changed his whole perspective. And then going and being in Minnesota, which they obviously passed up, right? The opportunity of going with him and going with JJ, and who knows, JJ McCarthy may turn out to be some great quarterback with the coach they have. They have a great system there. Time will tell. Again, to my point, just give it some time. On the opposite side, you have Coach Vrabel that literally was booted out of Tennessee, had one of the worst records, turned around, and now his team is in the Super Bowl, where we had Gerard Mayo just the year before, right, as the head coach, and seeing how that all turned out and how messy it was, and us talking about it on this podcast, to now being back in the Super Bowl so quick, which pretty much has so many of us up in arms, especially, I don't know if it's more impactful to us people in the Northeast because of all the years that we had to walk around Patriots fans and seeing all the merch kind of like finally disappear. And then now it's all back in full effect. And it just makes me want to just, backhand a Patriots fan. But I will say it even though it is the Patriots, it feels different. And as weird as this is going to say, and hear me saying it, they're almost rootable for it. I mean, they're almost rootable. Yep, nope. There is. They are. Nope. You don't have to. You can hate. You can hate. It's fine. It's fine.
I don't disagree with you, Hayes.
There's many players on that team that you can root for. For me, I have Milton Williams, who just won, who is also another great story that literally was just in the Super Bowl last year and absolutely was on a line that destroyed the Chiefs. And now he's right back there again with another crazy defensive line. I just think it's very interesting, and I wish somebody would paint like a little short story about this. But all in all, go Hawks!
Yeah,
Waterbirds.
Well, Hayes, I think you hit the nail on the head too. But with Sam Darnold, it's not only is it time, patience, but it's also the right fit, putting some talent around him. Sorry, Sam, I don't mean to throw more shade at the Jets, but let's be honest.
Dude, I don't think tanked for like 3 years, and then he was hurt and it never worked out. And then we, instead of trading the pick or trading him, we blew it.
Yeah. But fit is huge, as is coordinators and getting with the right coaches, getting the right mindset, and maybe it takes sitting a year or two behind somebody and just being able to kind of reset a little bit. So, yeah, I mean, shout out to Sam Darnold. It's a kind of a feel good story for him, to now he's in the Super Bowl and we'd be remiss not to mention too, it's a rematch of Super Bowl 49. We know what happened in that Super Bowl. Hayes, you mentioned Pats fans breaking out their gear. Chelsea is all ready to go for Sunday as a Pats fan. So
no,
she's got her Brady bobblehead out and jersey and beanie and good times.
Tell her to get ready for me to FaceTime her when they lose, because I want her to have the Brady bobblehead there too, so I can point at it and laugh at it. Love you, Chelsea.
yeah. If we're even up that late, but but yeah, Yeah, I think it's going to be a great game, or at least I'm hoping it's going to be a good game. And we were speaking about the Pats and their incredible turnaround. I mean, they were 4-13 last year. So hats off to them. Hats off to Vrabel. And as we've been saying all year long, Drake May is the real deal. And I'm interested in seeing how he shows up and performs, in the spotlight at such a young age. And I think it's just going to be a really, tightly contested game. So I've got the Pats. I think if I didn't have the Pats, I might be kicked out of the house or sleeping outside. So
smart move on your behalf. I will say it's going to be, I'm sure the NFL ratings wise didn't want this game because I know, I
don't think it matters.
I do.
I don't think it matters with the Super Bowl, man.
I
think with other sports, like, yes, like the niche ones where you can say, okay, this market or this market. I think the Super Bowl is so big that you're just watching it. Like they're gonna get the
viewership for sure.
Yeah.
But why I'm saying that is because if you think about the past few years, there was bigger storylines, right? And that drove more viewership. In the last 3 Super Bowls, and then prior to that, I saw a graphic. I think it was the last 3 Super Bowls were the top 3 rated in viewership wise, and then the next one was like 2019 or 2009 or some one of those. So there was like a big gap in between. So I that's why I say that. I'm not trying to obviously throw shade at it. I'm just talking about just viewership in totality and the big storylines that come with it. But I will say one thing. Seahawks, if you haven't learned from your past mistakes, when you're down on the 1 yard line, run the goddamn ball. Run it. Just run it. Please, just run it. For the love of God. That's all I have for that. Gentlemen, are you okay to move forward to some other things here?
We going to picks, or did you guys do picks?
I think we all have the Seahawks except for Brendan.
I was hoping you all
Patriots.
picked the Seahawks, and I could try to pitch you guys. Maybe this game counts for 15 points, and then I would just pick the Pats. But no bite.
No, not at all.
Damn it.
Not at all.
Okay.
Sorry, bro.
Nice try, though.
All right.
Nice try. Now I heard you two talking the pre-show. Sam, did you pull up what our picks were for the award, sir, from the beginning of the year? Okay,
let's do it.
Okay, all right. Let's do that, and then we'll talk about the Hall of Fame and whatnot. So, for those that are not aware, the NFL Honors of 2026 is on Thursday, February 5th. It takes place on Peacock, NFL Network, and NBC, and it will be John Hamm, who, as I spoke to Sam before you all came on, if John Hamm does not do his viral moment and that dance at some point throughout the honors, it's a fail, in my point of view. But we have awards such as the MVP. We have the Protector of the Year. We have Coach of the Year, Offensive Player, Defensive Player, Rookie, Walton Payton Man of the Year. And then we also have the Hall of Fame, which I don't want to gloss over. We'll get into that. So, Sam, I would love to hear what our picks were to start the year off.
Well, I've compiled the awards that we did before the season started.
Okay.
And can I read off the Super Bowl matchups?
Please.
Yeah.
All right. So Hayes, Eagles over Ravens. Sam, Eagles over Ravens. Harry, Bills over Eagles. Bacon. Brendan, Bills over Packers. So I dropped it in the sheet here in case I just start rambling on. But picks for MVP here were Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, and Lamar Jackson. That's fun.
Okay. All right.
Offensive player, Derrick Henry, Jamar Chase, and myself, Harrison, and Brendan all had Jamar Chase.
Yeah, that didn't work out.
Hayes, you had Derrick Henry.
Yep.
Hayes, you had Patrick Surtain. I had Michael Parsons. Pat Surtain for Harrison, and TJ Watt for Brendan for Defensive Player of the Year.
Okay.
offensive rookie of the year. Hayes, you had Tyler Warren. I had Omarion Hampton. Cam Ward for Harrison, and
Oof.
Ashton Genty for Brendan.
Cam Ward. Okay.
Defensive rookie, James Pierce for the Falcons for you, Hayes. I had the contrarian pick of Travis Hunter on the defensive side of the ball. Abdul Carter for Harrison and Abdul Carter for Brendan.
He'll be fine next year, guys.
Yeah.
And this is a fun one. Coach of the year.
This one's great.
Sean Payton. I had Matt LaFleur. And Harrison and Brendan had Sean McDermott. Comeback player of the year. You had Hutchinson, Hayes. I had Dak. So did Brendan. And Harrison, you had Aiden Hutchinson as well. And who gets the first pick in the draft? We all unanimously had the New Orleans Saints.
We're close.
And that's football season.
On that one.
Yeah.
That's great.
Wow. Okay. That was
like fine wine.
That was great.
I don't think there's one correct pick in here.
Sean Payton. Sean Payton might be there.
Who's winning offensive rookie?
Dart?
Oh, yeah.
I don't actually even know.
I thought Tyler Warren was the closest on that one, I think.
Yeah, it's probably Warren, Dart, or I don't know. Genty just hasn't. Yeah, I don't know.
No, Genty had a fine year, but I don't. Yeah. All right. I'm interested. Yeah, that might be the closest one. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. You live and you learn, gentlemen.
Yeah, we hope we learned from that one because that was we struck out, gentlemen.
Can't wait to do it again next year.
Badly. Yep. Yeah. The same time next year. Class of the Hall of Fame class of 2026 finalists. Sam's boy, Drew Brees. Brendan's boy, Eli Manning. Larry Fitzgerald, Frank Gore, Luke Kuechly, and others. All right. Who was snubbed?
Who was snubbed?
Well, they didn't announce. They didn't announce the Hall of Fame.
Who do you think is going to be snubbed?
I just put that on there because I wanted to talk about Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
Well, definitely can talk about
that
for sure.
I read something that said that Eli didn't make the Hall.
I saw that too.
I assumed Breeze and Fitz would.
Yes.
Who else did you mention?
Frank Gore, Luke Kuechly, and then there's a few others. I can see Luke getting in.
When did they announce
First
this
ballot.
One? This is Thursday during NFL Honors.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I should have. What I put on there, Hayes. I want to talk about the report that Bill Belichick missed.
Okay, let's talk about
Hall of Fame.
Bill. Let's talk about Uncle Bill.
Coach. So I guess you need 40 out of 50 votes to make the Hall of Fame, and he got 39. Mm-hmm. Then there were these rumors that Bill Polian led this charge to punish Bill because of Spygate and or the other various allegations that were not even allegations. I mean, the team's been fined and or penalized for a lot of this crap. So just want to get your thoughts on it before I say anything, because obviously I'm the Jets fan that hates the Patriots, but I know we all have it's easy
Brendan
to
start
not
this one off.
Yeah, it's easy to not cheer for the Belichick Patriots, but
because Brendan rooted for a team that beat this Patriots team in the midst of their
two-time.
Yep. So you go ahead and start this one, Brendan.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. I don't really care what happened. Spygate, Deflategate. I wasn't making our joke, but
I knew what it was going to do too.
Didn't want 200 to be our last.
Yeah.
But let's just be honest. He's the greatest coach of all time.
Yes.
I don't think there's any debate about that. And the fact that he's not going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer is just a crock. And whoever did not vote for him should have their voting rights revoked, or there should be some sort of penalty, because it's just an embarrassment, honestly, that they're playing these games. And you see it in baseball as well, with Yeah, exactly. Jeter not being a unanimous, and it's just silly. And I think it's people either looking for attention or trying to make a name for themselves, just to get a reaction out of people. And I just think it's absurd. So yeah, just silly, just absolutely silly.
You're messing with people's legacies. Honestly, it's not going to take away what they obviously did, but we all saw it with our eyes, is my point. Like, to the Derek Jeter thing, which still would love to see the person come out and say whoever it was. And I would love to hear what your thought process was, because
Griffey
to your
Jr.
point,
too.
Brendan, it's yes. The thought process here is like, do you have some animosity towards this individual? Like, were you a fan rooting of this, or you were like so on the other side and you got scrutinized for your opinion that you were just like, you know what, I'm gonna ride this to the wheel fall off and just say this until I get the point, and I have a vote, so I'm gonna prove to you this is this. Like, it's kind of petty to me, especially with the point is that we know what Bill has done. The fact for even, I think when he was with the Browns, even took them to the playoffs, he should just get in the Hall of Fame for that alone. But yeah, to win all the rings that they have, and to have such a stranglehold on pretty much our young adult lives, pretty much most of that, it says something, because you don't have longevity like that, especially in NFL. We've watched so many coaches rotate Browns. And it's just unfortunate to see that this has happened, but he should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer.
I mean, even throw what he did out with the Pats and stuff. I mean, even as a coordinator, right? I mean, he won 2 with the Giants. Like, give me a break. So just absurd. Yeah.
Yeah, really dumb. I mean, as a Pats hater, it's not even close. Like, this is really stupid. Most Super Bowl wins all time as a coach. Like, what more makes you first ballot? Like, I don't know. It's just dumb. It's really dumb.
Petty.
Yeah.
I guess I think it's dumb. I just don't care, though.
Yeah, he's gonna get in, and
he's not. So, like, Barry Bonds isn't in the Hall of Fame. He never got caught using steroids.
Yeah.
So it's like, Andy Pettit, I guess Ortiz, there were those rumors and all of that, but like there are probably Hall of Fame guys that they're definitely Hall of Fame guys like that. I understand how successful he is, but also like how hated he is, and he kind of like leaned into it and lived in the margins. And like, one of the things that made him a winning coach and a great coach was he knew the rules, and he lived in this gray area margin wise. Like, they have to announce like who eligible receivers are now because of that Patriot Ravens game. Remember that in Baltimore, where he knew this rule and the rest of the league didn't. So there's kind of this like, is it Bush League? Is it just outsmarting you? But I think it's just kind of the way you go about it, where I'm not going to lose sleep over it. I think he's the best football coach ever. I just don't think he's well liked. And if it took 30 years for Jeff Kent to get into the Hall of Fame because he wasn't well liked. I know they're two different things and they're two different kinds of players, and maybe I'm not making the right correlations here. I'm not saying it was justified. I'm just saying these were big deals at the time. Now we look back at it and it's like not. Again, if Tom Brady's not a unanimous Hall of Famer, yeah, burn Canton down. I get it. Like, and it's coming from a Jets fan or a guy who has a lot of Jets stuff, as I've now gonna go by. That's it. But like, I guess I just don't care. I mean, it's easy to vilify Bill Polian, right? Because didn't they were the whistleblower on was it Deflategate or whatever it was? Like, yeah, that makes sense. But I don't really care what Bill Polian thinks. He thinks Lamar Jackson should have been a running back. He's got 2 MVPs.
Sure.
So, like, I don't really care. I think it's unfortunate, and I think of his NFL tenure and everything that happened, after probably went a little better, that Bill, he should be there. But I don't know. I guess I'm saying I don't care, but it's kind of stupid. It's just stupid.
It's just dumb. He'll get in next year or the year after.
And also Eli Manning's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
I'm
But this, to be fair, this was a debate before he retired,
Sure.
which was always, was he going to be a first ballot? Was he going to be, second ballot? And his career has been up for debate on several platforms if he was going to be a Hall of Famer. And I still believe he will be a Hall of Famer when all things are set in stone. But I'm very okay with him not being first ballot or even second ballot.
That's
but
fine.
I 100% believe that he needs to be in a Hall of Fame, especially, again, you go and you defeat the team that was going to be an undefeated team, right? You know what I mean? And you stop that. You stop one of the dynasties twice. I think that goes a long, long, long way to do that. So, yeah.
Shout out Eli.
Mm-hmm. I miss him every day.
No, you don't miss those interceptions.
I miss those Super Bowls. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And playoff runs.
It was a roller coaster, and I'm sure Brandon was glad to be on it.
Yep. The highs and the lows. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about some highs and some lows. Playoff standings for this point in time. Harrison,
It's over.
9-3, along
Playoff
with
Harry.
Bacon, 9-3.
Let's
and
go.
Sam and I are both 8-4. But just to remind Harrison, the regular season ended with Sam as 174 wins, Bacon with 166,
Throw that
myself
out.
with 165, and Harrison with 151.
No one cares about the regular season.
No, we do.
It's about the playoffs.
That's a larger sample size, sir.
I can distance myself. I mean, Bacon's got the Pats. I got the Seahawks. I could take this crown. I basically could win the Super Bowl.
You would be like the 6-7 seed wild card on the road. Just
You know what? Just
Didn't
let
the
him
Packers
win.
do that once?
Just let him. He needs this. He
I
needs
do.
this more than us. He
I
needs
need
this.
this. I need
Let him
it.
have it. He needs
Thank
it.
you. Thank you.
NBA.
Let's go Seahawks.
go Birds.
Go
Yep.
Birds.
NBA.
Oh, wait,
Giannis.
We still need a little more Super Bowl here for me.
Yeah, that's
What
fair.
more do you need here?
Scores? What do we predict? I need some score predictions here.
Oh God.
It's the Super Bowl. You have to.
It's fair. I like it. I don't know what to make of this game. I know that the defenses are really good. I have questions about the Patriots being able to actually offensively take advantage of whatever their defense can muster up for them, and as far as like positive field or whatever it is, because I know we weren't on last after the last game, the AFC Championship game, but just looking at the Texans game, like they should have put them away at halftime. That game felt like it was never going to end. So I'm a little worried there, but again, and I know we just spent 15 minutes like kissing Sam Darnold's ass, and don't get me wrong, I'm rooting for the guy 1,000,000,000%, but I'm on the same kind of cloth here. It's still I don't know. Like I don't know. One Sunday night football game, he's throwing 5 touchdowns before halftime, and I'm crying because like, why did we let him go? And then like, didn't he throw like 4 interceptions like a couple weeks ago? So it's like,
Yeah.
it's all within the realm of possibilities here. I think the defenses are really good. We compare position by position group here. You could say
Sam?
Drake May's a better quarterback, but
Sam, what is your damn number? I want to hear this. I know you're giving me the whole thing and trying to take some time to figure out what your number is.
I wasn't even thinking about that. I totally forgot. I was just
I need your
rambling
number.
on.
I need your number.
My favorite number? My social security
your favorite number for the Super Bowl.
My birthday?
Please give me your social. Please give me your social. Please. So I can ruin your life.
I have no idea, guys. 24 to 14. I have no idea.
Pretty spot on to mine. It's 24-17 Seahawks.
That was close to mine. Yeah,
24-17 Seahawks.
Yeah, I'm going to say I might go a little lower. I might say 21-13 Seahawks. I think both defenses are very, very good. Super Bowl MVP Jason Myers.
Hell yeah.
What are you
going to do, Hayes, with Jason Myers
the
hoisting
reason why I'm putting
Lombardi?
my head down is because he 100% could be the Super Bowl MVP in this.
Yeah, I need to do my math right. How many field goals would he need to hit? 5, probably 4. 4, 8, 12.
If he's the only one that scores
19.
On the Seahawks and the Seahawks shut the Pats out, then he's definitely
Let's go 19 points for the Seahawks then. So 4 field goals and a touchdown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Single game record in the Super Bowl, if AI overview by Gemini is correct, is 4. Jake Elliott, Harrison Butker, 4 field goals in a Super Bowl.
All right, give me Seahawks 19, Patriots 10.
Brendan, what you got?
I'm going to say 24-21 Pats.
Ooh, close one.
Okay.
Okay, we can move on now. That's all I want.
Who was MVP in last year's Super Bowl? Was it Hurts?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Jake Elliott had the most points in a single Super Bowl with 16.
Yep.
So 19.
Yeah, give me
19?
Jason Myers with 12 of those points. Seahawks get a touchdown somewhere else.
I hope he brings Lombardi to Marist.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
That'd be so cool.
I could touch it.
Wow.
Pause.
Trade deadline, NBA, Harrison. Giannis moving? Any big moves? Where is he moving? What are we looking at here?
You almost gave me a heart attack yesterday.
Yeah, he sent some fake news in the chat.
You spend too much time on Twitter, man.
I asked a question. I didn't say, and I said, what did I say after?
You did. Fair. Harrison, is this real?
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. I did not assume. I didn't assume.
There's a lot of rumors going around. I'm not sure what is even correct anymore. There's so many different sources. But I think Giannis has said he's open to a trade. That could also be false. But, obviously you have, I think, the Warriors, Miami, the T-Wolves, the Knicks, the Spurs, and the Thunder could all be in play. I mean, they all have, I think, the pieces that you would need to get them. And also places that I think he would put on his destination list if he gave that, if he has one. I'd probably put the favorite at the Heat, just because I think they have a good amount of picks to give up. They can match some salaries with Hero and a few other guys, but I don't know, man. The Thunder have the most picks out of anyone, and imagine that the Thunder really wouldn't have to give up. One of their core pieces. They would just have to make salaries match. I'd love to see him on the Spurs, him and Wemby together. That would be really fun. But if you're the Spurs, I don't really love the idea of giving up Stephon Castle or Dylan Harper. I think, we've seen with the Thunder grow with your young core.
Yep.
And win. Giannis is 31. He's got a calf injury. Not saying he's done by any means, but it's a risk when you have a team built like the Spurs currently have. And then the Knicks really have the question of, do you want to trade Cat? Because that's really the only way you can make those salaries match. And
I think go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, and do the Bucks even want Cat? Do you kind of want to just start from scratch if you're going to trade Giannis? So you want to be as bad as possible, as quickly as possible, and Cat really doesn't help you get there. So there could be a third team in there. It's, the NBA is wild with trade deadline. So yeah, we still got a little while to go, a couple weeks. Yeah, and we'll see where it ends up. But yeah, I think it could be any of those teams. And there's also the option of the Bucks just not trading him until the offseason. And, if the price isn't right, you're not going anywhere this year anyway. He's not playing right now. So they could also do that.
The trade deadline's Thursday.
Oh, it's quick. Okay.
It's
There
the
we go.
5th. Yeah,
I thought it was
like
later. I thought it was closer
5
to
o'clock
All-Star.
on Thursday.
When is All-Star now?
Yeah, they moved all that stuff around.
Okay.
It used to be like February 20 something.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought.
And
well, we'll find out quicker
All-Star
than
games,
later then.
yeah. Also, I think it's probably most advantageous for the Bucks to wait till the off season, right? Just based on
usually is
teams getting another round of draft picks like that they can trade, and expiring deals and different things like that. But
yeah,
I don't know. I don't think it's a question of, especially now you're hearing the rumors like Cat's not happy with the Knicks because of all these rumors, and I don't think it's a question of would the Knicks want to give him up. Would Milwaukee want him, and for what, so I don't know.
Yeah, if I'm the Knicks, I'm trading Cat for Giannis 10 out of 10 times.
Yes, 100%.
10
Not even blinking an eye.
No. So it's interesting, but that's like the major NBA trade move, like news, like not much else. Like with a lot of with the way the salary cap is now, it is tougher to trade in season. You have to make a lot, like the salaries exactly match, and just not many avenues for midseason trades.
I did see that Donovan Mitchell is being eyed for a trade at this point in time. So
yeah, the Cavs,
that's pretty interesting.
Cavs are just middling. Like they're just kind of just there. I mean, the Garland and Mitchell thing isn't really working. I don't know. One thing I'd just love to see, just please send LeBron back to the Cavs. Please, just can we stop this charade? Like it's going to happen whether he signs there next year or he won't get traded because he doesn't ever want to be traded. But yeah, it's just
that's where he's going to ride off into the sunset. Is being there.
Yeah, give him the retirement tour on the Cavs. It's got to happen. It's going to happen.
Okay. What's going to happen, or what we hoped happened and did happen, and we're happy that they did not budge. Belli's high ass is back with the Yankees. I'm so happy about it. Very, very happy for it. I'm happy that the Yankees stood their ground in this situation. I will say that. But I'll leave it to our baseball guys to break this down a little bit more.
So happy that he's back.
I'm so happy.
So happy. 5 years, $162.5 million. Sorry, $162.5 million. For 5 years, it was an opt-out after the 2027 season. And the bulk of that deal is paid within the first 2 years. $85 million to be exact, within the first 2 years. So
they're not deferring his contract to year 30-30?
Surprisingly.
Oh, okay.
I know that's the fad these days, but yeah, no. But this was our off season right here. Like this was the top priority all along, was re-signing Belli. He just fits the Yankees, obviously being left-handed in the short porch, but also his defensive versatility. He's a smart base runner. He just does all the little things right, and we've been missing that for so long. And he's a hell of a hitter too. So, getting him back was huge, and I'm pumped. I know we're kind of running it back with the same team as last year. Maybe sans a few relievers, but.
Can I ask you how you feel about that? Because that was going to be my question to both Sam and you. How do you feel now that Belli's out of the way? It kind of feels like the off season for the Yankees really starts now, kind of in a semblance of that. But how do you guys feel about them essentially running it back and some of the other choices that were made? I know there was a couple of relievers, the whole Grisham thing, so on and so forth. What is your perspective on what the Yankees look like essentially running it back?
I mean, I think Grisham was a just gross miscalculation.
Yep.
I think everyone, including us, thought there was no way he was going to accept that qualifying offer. I definitely think that threw a wrench into things a little bit. I'm just glad that did not prevent them from ponying up and getting Belli, because if it did, then we would definitely be calling for a Cashman's head even more so than we are now. I think all of the moves that they made at the deadline last year, like Duvall, Bednar, those were all, with an eye towards 2026. So they made those moves at the deadline to bolster the pen last year, but also to replace Devin Williams. I didn't expect them to let Weaver go. I thought he was going to come back, but he got a lot of money from the Mets. Yeah, I don't know. I think the bullpen is a little shaky. I do think they're going to move at least one or two guys from the rotation to the bullpen when presumably everybody comes back healthy, like Rodon and Cole come back, and Clark Schmidt, although I hope he never comes back. When he does come back, they're going to be a crowded rotation. So maybe Heel goes into the bullpen. I mean, I think he's got high octane stuff as it is as a starter. I think he would be like phenomenal at the pen. Yeah.
Like this, 2-inning, high leverage, like Ramiro Mendoza, what we wanted Loaizaga to be, or like Luke Weaver.
Yeah.
I like that. He's got that profile.
100%.
Especially just
let him 105 coming out of the pen. Yeah.
Just let him air it out for 2 innings and pitch him every 3 days. Yeah. I kind of like that.
There you
Brendan,
go.
will you ride with me to the Bronx, or we can take a flight down to Tampa and escort Clark Schmidt somewhere else? Because I'm all for that.
Yes.
I'm all for that.
Thank you.
Okay, cool.
Completely.
I still don't know what they see in him. Honestly, they can put him in the bullpen, and I don't even want him there.
But I think, too, what the Yanks do well, and they've done it well for the past several years now, is find these kind of like diamonds in the rough, and they just make them into really key pieces of their bullpen. I mean, Clay Holmes, for all the, the grief that he, caught and everything about his inconsistencies and tendency to blow up here and there. At the end of the day, he was a really good reliever and a good closer for us. So they find guys like that. So the guy that they selected in the Rule 5 draft, who knows? Maybe he surprises us and becomes a high leverage guy or an impactful piece coming out of the pen. So to answer your question, Hayes, yes and no. I am a little bit worried. Duvall wasn't great when we got him last year from the Giants. Bednar was solid, so I'm not too concerned about him. We got Tim Hill back, which is great. I still think they could use another power lefty in the pen, but I trust Matt Blake and the Yanks to find someone to bring up through the system. And speaking of the system, not to nerd out too much more on prospects, but we have a lot of solid arms down there right now who could make an impact later in the year. So there's also that avenue as well that they could potentially explore. So I think they'll figure it out. I think the bullpen will be a work in progress throughout the year.
I agree. Cashman said earlier in the last week, we're not running it back because if to everything Brendan said and with the trade deadline, but it's easy to shit on him, and we have, but they didn't play the Boris game here after just getting, and they didn't play it with Soto either. I mean, they put their foot down. They're just kind of like, this, we're done here. Like, this is it. So I'm glad we got Bellinger for what we got him for, and it's comparable to Pete Alonso and Kyle Schwarber's contract. And honestly, for what this team is and needs, I want Cody Bellinger if between those 3 guys. Or you add, do you want Kyle Tucker with that contract? And I know it's not our money, but again, we've talked about this, how the luxury tax is just going to crumble what we can do in the future. And I wouldn't dare want to pay Bo Bichette $40-something million either. So I don't really know if there's probably some trades that I would love to see, were we hesitant to trade this guy or not trade this guy? And because there's some nice moves made between teams through the offseason. I think we could have, I don't think we're done. But we do a pretty good job of being able to find these guys that might get DFA'd or cut or, whatever, and just turn them into something. Mike Tauchman still has a career in the MLB. Guys like that. There's still, Luke Voigt had a moment, but I like this team. I like the moves we made last trade deadline. Ben Rice's StatCast page is should be in the Louvre. He has all the potential to be fantastic, and I'm glad, as of right now, he's our everyday first baseman. I love that. So
Sam, let me ask you. So with how the Yankees are currently constructed, do you believe they are still a contender for a championship?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I mean, look, there needs to be more. The offense needs to be consistent. But, you have Aaron Judge putting up what Aaron Judge has done the last few years, and just if everything else can click, yeah. It's the Blue Jays got exponentially better. The Red Sox did a lot, especially with their pitching staff, but Contreras, that's a nice addition. The teams in the East got better, most of them. The Orioles got better. They'll probably add someone like Framber Valdez too, and and get even better. And the Rays are always a pain in the ass. They have 400 outfielders now, so I think the team, we'll be okay. On paper, as it all looks right now, but who the hell knows?
Yeah,
I think this is it for it's got to be it for Boone and Cashman, though, right?
Yeah. I hope so. I pray so.
It's not.
I know.
I could see obviously Boone going before Cashman, but
yeah.
It just, for those that are not a first time listener, and you've listened to this part of the podcast where Sam and Brendan educate us on baseball, and Harris and I are more quiet, just being sponges. I'm doing it purposely for myself. I'm speaking for myself, is because I don't want you guys to come on here and have to hear me rant about Cashman and Boone every single time that we're on this podcast, because I can't stand the sight of either of their faces. And I'm so absolutely annoyed watching it because of one person and one person alone. And that's Aaron goddamn Judge, that I see him sitting there and getting to one World Series where his counterpart is going to multiple World Series. Obviously, they're doing things completely different out there. But to watch almost essentially the Yankees get Yankied, I don't really like it, even though the Yankees were never doing that. I miss the days that the Yankees were in it for whatever. But I also do love the mix of bringing, and Sam knows I've talked about this forever, and Brendan as well, bringing the young guys up. But I want to see the young guys actually get an opportunity and not sit here and keep saying they're a great prospect and just keep waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And I'm starting to feel that way about Jason Dominguez, because they're not really giving my guy a chance to do something. You're saying he's a potential generational talent, and we're just sitting there just he has one error in the outfield. Let's just take him out and put somebody else in, or let's just go get other people. When are we going to finally let this happen? When are we finally going to make these moves happen? And again, I'm not there every day. I don't see the analytics. I don't see what type of team player they are and all that stuff. I don't see that. But what I see with my eyes frustrates the shit out of me, which is why I'm silent. And it just annoys me to have to hear those two names and then kind of see them running back. Especially the Grisham thing still pisses me off to the max. Because why would you even offer him that? Why?
Because you get a first-round pick if he turns it down and signs elsewhere.
Okay. See, well, thank you.
So
see, that's what I'm saying. These things like this.
Yeah. So that's the qualifying offer. It escalates every year, but it's $22 million a year. But this year, it's usually teams don't really get caught like this. But the Tigers offered it to Glaber. Glaber took it. Shota took it. Shota Imanaga took it from the Cubs. There was a couple other guys that they took it, and the teams kind of did the same thing the Yankees did, where it's oh yeah, we'd love to have him back. But you're looking at a guy with Grisham's over 30 home runs, career season. And can he do it again? Okay, but it's, I just made $22 million, and the market for him probably wasn't as great as maybe we thought it, or the Yankees thought it was going to be. So you offer the money, you try to get that first round pick. And otherwise, you just kind of let him go. And that's sometimes Hayes too, where like there's been years where free agents don't sign until like really late. Like there was one year it was Craig Kimbrell, there was someone else. Jordan Montgomery, was it Jordan Montgomery? They didn't sign until like really deep into like May, because then that window for the draft pick disappears.
Gotcha.
Because the team just doesn't want to forfeit that by signing this player. So it's not a good look, and I wish it didn't happen. But
I would say, so now that you gave me a different type of perspective, like I get it. You're it's a gamble. You obviously want to get, that pick and whatnot. It's just, I know he had a out of body experience last year and went absolutely off, Mr. No Gloves out here. But it drives me crazy to see, I guess, how this is kind of unfolding. And I know for the longest time, like, we didn't have pitching, and that was our downfall during this Aaron Judge era. And now we have pitching, and then it's like not healthy as we have it. Then we got these young, talented guys. Like, we needed role players, and the infield was kind of shaky. And now we're getting, more role players in there. I've heard about the rumors about Abrams, right? Potentially as a potential landing spot for the Yankees, whatnot, to have him paired with Jazz. I don't know how true that is. And if that actually comes to fruition, or even if you guys like it, I think it's a good idea. But I just would like to see build around the pieces that are actually doing well, like the Jazz Chisholms of the world. Like, he was one of the best second basemen in the league last year. Why we still are you guys against extending him is my question, I guess. Because I feel like you finally have a guy in the infield that can do something and brings the type of swagger that he brought, but also the offense along with the glove. So why not extend him?
You think that's someone as high profile from like just you think Jazz wants to sign a deal before going to the market? And also, I don't think Cashman's the right guy to make those kind of deals, right? Like he publicly balks at everything. He didn't want to re-sign Aaron Judge.
To answer your first question, if I'm any player, I want to see what the market offers, because there might be that. But if I'm saying one thing to the public and saying, this is where I want to be, right? I want to be with the Yankees, and I want this. Like, I'm sitting down at the table, like, listen, I want to be here with you guys. If not, I am going to go to the market, but I want to be here first. Like, let's get this deal done. And to your point, we've watched Cashman even with Judge. So if he's going to do it with Judge, to a lesser player, I can only imagine what those type of conversations are like.
I'd re-sign Jazz. I think this team changed, to your point, a lot 2 years ago when that trade was made. Just from what they could do, the versatility that he has, the swagger he has, just the speed and just kind of energy that he has, I think is something that was never consistent with this group of Yankees. So I like that. Like, I agree. The CBA expiring at the end of the year is going to throw a wrench into a lot of things. So I'll be interested to see what that looks like. But yeah, if I had an opportunity to re-sign Jazz at, something similar, I don't know, something that Cody Bellinger got, I would do that.
Sure.
So you think with the CBA expiring then this year, we see more extensions mid-year, guys that just want to get under contract quickly before who knows what happens after that, and maybe at better deals?
Yeah, you could. I wouldn't be surprised if you get some of the minor leaguers that, it's happened. The Athletics have done it with a couple younger guys who've already made the majors for a few years. They just signed Jacob Wilson to a huge extension. Rooker, Butler, Shea Langoliers, right? Was he no Soderstrom? So they just did this where, $80 million for 8 years. You buy like one free agency year. You're probably going to see some prospects do that. I don't know if the Pirates will be able to get Connor Griffin, who is the number one prospect in baseball and is, probably worth all of the hype. But you could see guys like J.J. Weatherholt of the Cardinals or kind of get some of these deals and get them into the majors. But I also think with like the Trent Grisham thing, it's $22 million. It's off the books next year. And this is a player who was a fourth outfielder, a decent prospect with the Brewers, and he was with the Padres, and he was a throw-in in the Soto deal. Then we re-signed him for $5 million. He had a career season. It's kind of like, I think it was a miscalculation, but I think it's just another part of like, there's a lot of things wrong with Cashman and the analytics department, and there's things they do that I just can't stand, but like they make stuff like this work. So like,
Brendan, what is your thoughts on this?
On Grisham, I mean, he's a lifetime 218 hitter. He had over 30 home runs. I just looked up his numbers, and I can't believe. So he had 34 home runs on the year, only 9 doubles.
You're kidding, really?
Yeah, that's insane. 9 doubles, 34 home runs. So
love it.
All of his extra base hits were over the fence. He's going to be hard pressed to repeat last year. And again, like Sam said, it's a 1-year deal. He will definitely be gone next year. He plays good defense. He takes his walks, which is great. He gets on base, but I just think it's going to be really hard. He's going to be hard pressed to repeat 2020 his numbers from 2025. So we'll see. It does allow them, like you're saying, Hayes. I mean, they got Dominguez, who's playing that fourth outfielder role, so he's not going to get everyday reps. I don't know how they expect him to develop and get better if he's not getting consistent playing time. It'd be very interesting if they sent him back to AAA. I don't think that's something they should do.
That's not a good move
either. I think they're likely to move either him or Spencer Jones at some point.
Probably both.
Or both. It could be both.
That's disheartening to hear.
So we'll see.
Because Grisham's going to start in center field, a guy that's not going to be there next year. So instead of taking your prospect that is homegrown talent, that's a switch hitter that has all the power and potential talent in the world, you're going to put a guy that you have there for one more year in the outfield and take that away. Like I can sit here and keep talking about this over and over again. I'm just not going to.
Yeah, but
I'm hungry.
This is more like a strategic kind of question, though. I mean, this isn't like Harrison's Patriots take from last year. It's like start Drake May. Like, what are you doing? Like you're saying, does this team have enough to contend? And like, here's a lightning rod. Anthony Volpe. What is this, year 4 now? Like, is the window? Are we done, Hayes, with the Volpe experiment? Like,
I think Volpe needs a little time. I think he needs a little time, and he might need to, like I suggested a while ago. I think he might need to do, unfortunately, the drop down for a little bit and come back up just to get some time to work on some stuff and quietly. And he's injured right now, correct?
Yeah, he's starting a year late. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not going to probably help in this situation either.
You don't send a fourth year player to the minors. You just don't do it.
Yeah,
and they're so careful with how they protect. It's almost like they like baby him, like, and I don't think he necessarily needs it. It's just they're so careful about what they mention with Volpe and what they tie to his future that it's like, I just don't know if they're going to do that. I think the Caballero starting, for the foreseeable future is is a benefit to Volpe. Hopefully he doesn't
learn behind somebody.
lose his job there. But the team's also you're saying, did the team do enough to win? And now you and I get it. I love Jason Dominguez. I got a drawer full of his rookie cards here. I've watched him play down the street. We've loved the kid. We've been sold all this hype since he was 15 years old. Generational bat speed, blah blah blah. But do you want Jason Dominguez being your left fielder when you're trying to win the division and go to playoffs? It's a.
I mean, that's what you have the regular season for. I mean,
Sure.
It's not. We're jumping to playoffs. You have how many games there in a regular season, right? So give him some time, and if it doesn't work out, you have plenty of options to rotate and put in. Put Grisham where you want him. Obviously, Belli can move to multiple spots out there. Dominguez can also move to multiple spots out there. Do something, try it out, because it didn't work last year with the combination that you had.
Yeah,
I'm just saying this. That's what the obviously spring training's for. That's what the early portion of the regular season is for, to see what you can do with that, and then figure out what your team is going to be, because you need to find that cohesiveness with the players that you have and find out what it's going to actually be. And the only way that you're ever going to find that out is if you actually let somebody play through their damn mistakes and not pull them off the field every time they make a mistake and say, okay, well, we can't jeopardize this because we're in a race to try to get to number one, when then you only get number one and you piss it away anyway, or you're very close to getting it and it doesn't even matter. So just try. You know what I mean? Try something is what I'm saying ultimately. So yeah, I don't want them to leverage their whole year on that. So
here's the thing too, someone's going to get hurt.
Yes.
Whether that's Stanton, maybe Grisham. I don't even want to throw out other names.
Please don't.
Don't even want to speak it into existence.
Please don't.
Some, injuries are going to happen, or someone's going to underperform. Maybe Grisham bats, $190 to start the season, and then someone else is going to get an opportunity to play. So I know Spencer Jones has been tearing up spring training for the past, seems like two or 3 years now. But something's going to Stanton's probably going to go down with an injury. So an opportunity is going to arise, is what I'm trying to say, throughout the season, and that'll be an opportunity for either Dominguez or Spencer Jones to step up and take advantage of it. Look what Ben Rice did last year. So there's certainly no reason to think that can't happen again this year. So we'll see how it goes. Stick with baseball really quick though. WBC coming up in March.
Looking forward to it.
Can't wait. Pitchers, catchers next week. Baseball it's back, baby. Feels good.
Baby.
It feels good.
Brennan couldn't wait to get to baseball, so get the Giants out of his way.
Giants, Rangers, yeah. Not good either.
The Rangers play hockey.
Well, we get
and
pros
baseball
in the Olympics.
Yes,
That's
good
very
segue.
exciting. Yeah,
good segue. Winter Olympics opening ceremony is Friday. Do you guys?
I'm
care?
really excited. I care a lot. Big on curling, bobsledding. Yeah, we get ice hockey for the first pros in ice hockey for the first time since 2014. So that's going to be fun. The lineups are loaded. Yeah. Only downfall, I guess, is the ice hockey arena not finished.
Oh,
so
that's good.
They've had a lot of construction, a lot of construction issues. Could be sheetrock just falling from the stands. Who knows? But another reason to tune in.
Little added drama.
Yeah. 6 hour time difference. So we're ready. We're locked in.
Right. Yep. I love the Winter Olympics. I don't know about you guys, but
I do too.
Between the downhill and obviously men's hockey, women's hockey as well. Big into that.
Get some snowboarding in there.
Yeah.
Sam, any favorite Olympic events? Winter Olympic.
I remember the first time I saw curling, and I was like, "This is great."
Oh,
I don't know
curling.
what this is, but this is awesome. So yeah, I will sit and watch curling. I'll watch the Winter Olympics. Yeah, I like it.
I think NBC does a great job too. Like they do like the nightly wrap up, and you get all the kind of events in a speed run, for a couple hours. So
from a media perspective, it's going to be a hell of a week for NBC. They have Mike Tirico is going to be doing the Olympic stuff from the Super Bowl booth. And then
February 5th to 22nd. Tons of Olympics. That's it. That's all I got.
That's it. I think Hayes got really hungry and left. So I'll wrap this up. We just rambled for the last 40 minutes about nonsense, but go Birds. Sorry, Chelsea. But for Hayes,
Waterbirds,
Harrison, and Brendan, my name's Sam. Thanks so much for listening. And whether it's your first time listening or 200th, thank you so much. And we're honored to have an hour of your week every week. So thank you. And go Sam Darnold.
Let's do it. Go Waterbirds.
I just realized I can't pause the. I don't know what to do here. I think so.
For episode 200, we should just go 200 minutes.
Just let it run.
Yeah, what else do we have? What else can we talk about?
Yeah, like I can. This is going to be funny. I hope this gets cut or doesn't.
What if we all leave?
We just leave the room and just say, figure this out, Hayes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I guess that's our only choice.
All right. Well, yeah.
Okay.
Goodbye.
See you guys.
Don't at us, Trent Grisham.